Before we start, I want to give a massive thank you to everyone who watched the spoiler review and the non spoiler review. They're doing insane numbers for someone as small as I am, and I just want to thank everyone for it. So, thank you. And full warning, this video will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to know what my pitch would be for the next trilogy of Spider-Man movies, then go see the movie and come back. So let's get started. So with the way No Way Home ends, it's a lot of questions and a lot of potential. There's a really nice fresh start with everyone not knowing who he is and the turmoil Peter has to deal with Aunt May's death and him living on his own. He's got that red and blue suit now. He's got the classic comic suit. And I think we can get some really compelling stories out of this. Symbiote's still around. We could finally do a college trilogy. I think a college trilogy would be really cool if we transition him into college at like Empire State University, because they won't use New York in the name. We can focus on things like him trying to juggle classes, meeting a Dr. Connors. We can introduce Harry and Gwen, and then we can have Peter deal with the fact that he knows a Norman from another universe. So, like, we can deal with him meeting this universe's Norman and being distrustful, but then, like, this Norman is, like, really nice. And we can see that slow descent from him being, like, Tony Stark, him being like Tony Stark, and but descending into evil and madness, and that might be really cool. And by the sixth movie, we can deal with him as the Goblin, and it can be like a little poetic that Tom now has to take the person that he looked up to and wanted to be like, I have to take him down. That might be cool. But that's how it would end that trilogy. I think another cool thing to do would be to play with the symbiote, with the turmoil of Aunt May's death and the guilt he feels. We could play with, and let's not forget, nobody knows who he is, so he let them go, but like I'm sure there's still some inner turmoil there, so the suit can feed on that. The suit already has it in its brain. I'm gonna go with brain, that it has to go find this Spider-Man anyway, as said in the post-credit scene. So we could see it go to New York by the end of the fourth movie, maybe him wear it the entire fifth movie, take it off at the end of the fifth movie, and then six be like return to form for Peter again, and him being all refreshed and happy to be Spider-Man, but then have to fight Norman. The villain for the fourth movie, I think we should finally do Kraven. I think we should finally deal with Kraven the Hunter. You just casted Aaron Taylor Johnson, Sony, so don't waste it. Don't waste it, because we could have gotten him back as Quicksilver in WandaVision, and don't get me started on that. For the fifth movie, I think we could introduce somebody like Scorpion. We can finally pay that off. And going back to the fourth movie, because this is another ramble. In the fourth movie, maybe bring in Black Cat. We haven't really played around with her, and that might be fun. Tempting Peter a little bit to do things that he wouldn't normally do, not totally above board like he normally would. And we could see a little temptation of him turning to like a life of crime, maybe. Not actually do it. Don't do it. But like that temptation that's always there. And it could be like another love interest, and you wouldn't be repeating old ground with like him dating Gwen. You could have Gwen just be a friend. Maybe Gwen dates Harry like in Spectacular, and we can deal with that drama in like the fifth movie. Peter is into Gwen or whatever, and you can see that romance build. Might be cool. Make it connected like you made the other three. Leave that trilogy alone. Pick up those remaining plot threads. But give Tom an entirely new cast. Give Tom an entirely new status quo like you just did. Like let's focus on it. Like let's emphasize that and play around with that. That might be fun. And something we really haven't seen. We've never really seen a college trilogy. We've seen in Spider-Man 2 him be in college and him go to class, but it's like one or two scenes between 2 and 3, you know? Like let's capitalize on it. Let's use it. I think that might be cool. And we can finally pay off the Scorpion thing. Since nobody knows his identity anymore, nobody knows who he is, it's just you could have Jameson, not like Spider-Man like he always does, and do the comic origin where he pays Matt Gargan to put on the suit and all that stuff, and it binds to his body, and it'd be really cool. We could have Craven hunting Spider-Man. You could even have it hired by Jameson. It might be a little fun. Or if you really want to play the long con with Norman, you could have Norman hire it. You could have Norman hire him and have Norman be like a secret crime boss, but then slowly descend into madness again, but on the surface to Peter be like genuine and loving and be like a parental figure because now he needs one. Like now he doesn't have one. And I think you have some opportunities for some really rich stories here, and I would really love to see something new, something fresh, something for me you'd be excited about. Like this movie left me feeling. Like No Way Home left me feeling really hopeful and really excited. And I can't wait to see what happens next, man. I really can't. So, it's probably the last Spider-Man video I'm going to do till we get a physical copy of No Way Home, because I would love to do some long-form thing with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time.